Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Yarnivore Flosstube podcast. I just finished the knitting podcast, and now we move into the cross-stitch component, which, if you're a cross-stitcher, is probably all you want to see anyway. I just finished my coffee. I now have some lovely low-cal G2, because if I don't drink, things are going to get really phlegmy really fast. We don't want that. And thank you, everyone, for the lovely welcoming and the comments. I read all the comments. I think I responded to all the comments. But thank you for the comments. They were lovely. I'm glad everyone is enjoying this, and it is worthwhile. Because I have been watching enough Flosstube to perhaps zombify a horse. I'm not sure if you can zombify a horse, but if you could, that is the amount of Flosstube I have consumed. And I'm going to keep consuming record levels of Flosstube until I can handle it no longer. It is currently 10 to 4 here in the Pacific Northwest. It's raining pretty bad. If the power goes out, I will have to re-record this. Otherwise, let's get moving. I have no current finished objects. These are my notes. See, I've got Flosstube on one side and knitting on the other. I have no current finished objects, but I brought some older ones to show you because I thought you might like them. You've seen these before if you're from my knitting podcast. Otherwise, welcome to craziness. This is an older one, and the Cross Stitch Finish Line Joe is having a FFO, February FFO, so I might FFO these now because they are done. Just need to be ironed and such. This one is a subversive cross stitch. People are cattle with little cows. I also have the F-word hearts. That is not easy to explain to your nieces once they start knowing how to, read and such. But one sec. I got stuff falling everywhere. Yes, that is a spinning wheel back there. That one needs some refurbishment. It's not one I use very often. It's not the most often used one in my house. So, people are cattle. Little more child-friendly than the F-hearts, but I like them. And we don't have any children. And aside from my one niece asking what it said because it was really dark and she couldn't read it, I haven't had any complaints. The other one I finished is this guy. He was a kit, and I kind of screwed him up, but that's fine. I misread the outlining, it was only supposed to be one strand of black. I used 2. This is on an 18 count oatmeal. The other one is on 14 count Ada with DMC. This is just whatever the kit gave me, and it's an 18 count oatmeal. I was going to give it to my uncle, who really likes wolves. Sadly, he already did this one. Because my uncle does a lot of cross-stitch, and he does cross-stitch of wolves. And I don't know why I thought he didn't have this one, or why I would think I would be able to find the one wolf he doesn't have, but... So, I think I'm just gonna... I'm gonna mount it on a block like this one, and... my husband loves wolves, so it works. Like, we can still keep it. It's not a hardship. This is actually one of the ones that got me back into cross-stitching after a long hiatus. It's very pretty. Put it under my notes. Everything up here is slippery. I think that's my problem. I'm not sure. So, works in progresses. Let's start with some of the things you've seen. As most of you know, the Pumpkin Passport released its next installment, the February installment, so I am almost done February. I just need to put in clouds and birds. I don't know if I'm going to do the row up here yet or not. It depends on how I feel. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go full tilt or if I'm just going to wait until after March. It doesn't look like she's moving very far at a fast clip. She's not moving at a very fast clip. Like, this piece and this piece. So I've got at least another piece before, no, this piece, then this piece. Got at least another piece before I need to like worry about stuff, and I don't really feel like moving it over. And I've got my David Bowie needle minder. Which is actually, it was weird. I ordered 2 from Minding My Minders right before she shut down, and it's not the one I ordered, but I'm okay with that because I still love David Bowie. And she's got enough on her plate. I don't need to be like, yeah, no. So, did that. I'm probably going to finish at least the clouds and the birds this week before I put it away till March. I have also been working on my fairy cat, which is really easy to me. Like, it's like the no-brainer one for me right now. Is there such a thing as a no-brainer? I was actually messaging on Facebook with my friend Lana, who I spoke about last time about the whimsical, the Magnificent Magicians and such. And I told her I found this fairy cat, and it made me think of that conversation, and she's like, dude, you have to show me. So I sent her a picture of this, right? Like, I took a picture of my pattern here and sent it to her, and she's like, oh, dude, that is awesome. That is whimsical. I thought you were going to show me Country Cottage. And I was like, no Country Cottage, just pure whimsy. She's like, definitely whimsy. I think I have to do the full series just because of the level of ridiculousness going on with these fairy cats. They make no sense. They don't match my decor at all. But I love them. So this is Fairy Cat by Carrie Hawks. It's the quick stitch one. You can also get a Story Keep. I don't know if there's a non-quick stitch one other than the Story Keep. It's 150 wide by 106 high. I'm doing it on some good old-fashioned 14 count Aida that I have. It's not the stiff kind, which is really nice. It's a pinky peach. Basically, when I started cross-stitching again, I was browsing around on Ravelry, and there was like a giant D-stash by a fabric person who didn't understand Aida very well, just had the dimensions written out with the approximate Aida counts. So I was like, yes, I will take this. I think I spent $20, including shipping, to get like a priority box full of different cuts, so this is one of them. And there is how far I've gotten. So, since the last time you saw it, this whole part's been put in, this been put in, right over here has been filled in, so I did get quite a bit of work done. And like I said, this is my no-brainer because it is, for the most part, very chunky chunks of color, as opposed to the confetti craziness that is my owl, who did not get worked on this week. Poor Harumph. He will get worked on. There's Petrie. He will get worked on, just not... It's not this week. It's not his week. His week will come. I haven't developed a rotation yet. I don't know if I ever will. I basically pick what I feel like, unless it's the Frosted Pumpkin sampler, because I know from being in it in 2014 that if I don't do that month as it comes out, I will get far behind, and then I just won't want to do it until like years later. And I'd rather not. I still haven't finished the Once Upon a Time. I haven't finished it. I didn't do the stories one. So, yeah. But my husband's taking this to get it blown up for me, which is why it's in a case so he doesn't lose it or forget it or something, because I need a working copy, which I have only recently realized. I've never made working copies generally, but this one definitely needs one because I don't want to screw up the whole of the pattern. This is the Gypsy Queen Mirabilia. This is the first Mirabilia I have ever laid my hands upon. She's gorgeous. I think I'm going to call her Stevie Nicks because she reminds me of Stevie Nicks. Very Stevie Nicks. And the fabric came And because the fabric came, and every time I move it blows out and then comes back. I don't know what's up with my lighting today. It's a classic rainy Pacific Northwest day, so it's overcast and such, so my lighting is, like, I'm trying to work with it, and yeah, this is as good as it gets today. So for doing her on, I picked up a piece of 28 count gingerbread Lugana from Picture This Plus. That's basically what it looks like. Now, I started, and it took me a good evening. I don't even think I started till Saturday, because Friday I had to go out and get all of the DMC, and then I bobbinated it, and which way does this go? Which way am I supposed to show this to you? I know exactly where it is in terms of orientation, where does it go? This is David Bowie, how we're supposed to understand things. Yeah, it goes like that. Okay. David Bowie is how I'm supposed to understand things. So here is how much I've gotten done, which is a miracle for me, okay? Because I was so scared I was going to screw this up when I started it. And subsequently, I have to wait till Monday to have the working pattern. You'll see way more next week, but this is all I got. Seriously, this is like Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. But there we go. I'm getting somewhere. It is gorgeous. I love the colors. The colors are perfect. I love the 28 count. I like working on it. It's the perfect background. There's nothing more I love about it. I have this one is the Goblin King. That is the one I ordered. With his crystal ball. Nothing more, nothing less. So, there's Stevie. She will get worked on. I might work on her some this weekend. It depends on if I feel I can get away with it without marking everything up. Or I suppose I could take a picture with my iPad, import it into my PDF Expert, and then highlight the parts I'm done. That seems a little convoluted for me. Just give me a working pattern and I will make marks on it as much as I please. Which is what I do with the frosted pumpkin. Because, like, I print it off. I usually just print off the sheet I need. And then I go to town. That is usually what I do. I'm getting in the habit of not marking out my patterns unless they're like dimension kits or something. Which I do enjoy. I do enjoy doing a dimensions kit. Which, whatever. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. It's mine. I like doing dimension kits, but this is very dangerous. You know why this is very dangerous? Because now I want more. Do you understand the problem here? You saw what I have ready to go. It's not like I need more, but no, I want mermaids. I want the mermaids. This, of course, will work out well for me because I'm going to visit my mother probably in March. And it just so happens that the only needlework shop in all of Saskatchewan, which I actually messaged the lovely Array about because she's from my province, my home province, there is a needlework shop in Saskatchewan, and it's in Saskatoon, and that is where my mother is. So I am going to go there, and they happen to say on their website that they have mirabilias. So you're going to see how much they're going to cost there. They are Canadian dollars, so with my American money, I could probably get a couple, and it might be cheaper. I don't know, but I want some. I want more. I have done like 2 nights worth of work. It's not even noticeable on the actual thing, but if you look here, I did the portion like right under her elbow. It is literally all I've gotten done, and I'm just It's like crack. I've never done crack, but I imagine this is what crack is like. You know, you get your first taste and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, bippy, I need some more. Memorabilia. It also turns out that my aunt, who is an avid cross-stitcher, has a bunch of angels by Memorabilia, except that I don't usually do angels, so I don't know. I may just for the fun of it, and I may turn them into evil angels. I could really see playing around with colors and stuff and making them, well, not evil angels, but, you know, darker, more gothic, you know, like something you'd find on a headstone in New Orleans, which would be more my style of an angel. Again, Halloween, goth, rain. It works for me, and whatever works for you. Now, I had ordered that from 123 Stitch. This was my first 123 Stitch order, and while I was there, I fell down the hole of the Prairie School Apocalypse because I love their Halloween stuff. And I mean, it's black and orange. You can't go wrong with black and orange. They're simple. I love them. I need them in my life. I need them all. I need them all. I will have them all eventually. So I got Miss Fortune, who my friend Bev, or Palette PC, she just did Miss Fortune, and it looked really cool. And I was like, I need that. Not only does it have a 13, but it's got bat and creepy moons, like it's got a witch. This is going to be quick self-gratification is what that is. And of course it can stay up all year. This one I picked up, Hocus Pocus, which is book number 171. I don't believe Miss Fortune has a number. No, she doesn't. She's just Miss Fortune by Pamela Bird Smith, 2014. This is book 197, Hocus Pocus, where you get that gorgeous set, and then you get the two others. I think I might change out some of them, though. I'm not sure. Because I really do like spooky and gaze, but I like them all. I really like them all. Like, there's a dark bird with the lock and the key, which of course I've got like giant skulls and a lock and a key and on my chest. And I love the hand, the palmistry one. I just love them all. I love them all so much. I want them all. And again, it's like what, 2 colors? Is it 2 colors or is it 3? White, gray, black, brown, black, brown, dark gray, and orange. There are 5 colors in the whole thing. That is beautiful. Beautiful. And I need them all, and I need to frame them all, and then I need to have them in a row. Or maybe a block, a cluster. And they need to be visible from my front door, so when trick-or-treaters come, they really get spooked. Because I think that would be fun. And then on the back it tells you how to finish the ornaments, which is kind of cool. I like that. I love Prairie Schooler. They shouldn't go out of business. I need them all. I will slowly get them all, clearly, because they aren't particularly expensive, and because I already got the 3 Little Pigs, I picked up Red Riding Hood, which everyone and their brother has. It's book 186. You've seen before. It's the yum and uh-oh with the extra little side ones, and I think it's unisex. I think you could put it in any kind of child room, which is kind of the purpose. Apparently I'm like Tracy P. I'm planning my children's rooms, and there's no chance that the one is coming from me anytime soon. But it's just so cute. So cute. So I officially have like 4 Prairie Schooler things now, and I haven't stitched a single one. Not one. So that was my work in progress. So that was some of my acquisitions. I have 2 more acquisitions to show you. Let me have a sip first. I apologize. I am parched. Parched. And if someone wants to tell me what the heck a tag is, like, I mean, I know it's a question that I'm supposed to answer at some point, and you can pick up people's tags and, like, do them on the podcast, which I think is really cool, but does it have a meaning? Is it like tag you're it, and then someone else runs in, and or that you say something, and then someone else? Why is it called a tag? Are you putting a tag on things? Is it like a barcode? Should I be answering these? Tell me. I will. I have no problem doing it. Seriously, there's nothing I can tell you that would be any weirder than my life. A friend of mine who is a knitter and just started cross-stitching as well is hardcore Clouds Factory and is kind of trying to lure me to the dark side of starting that sampler as well, because I need more than one sampler going around the world. It's not like it's a Halloween theme. I don't know if I need that many. Although Fiber Artsy did post the January for the, what is it? Something Diaries. Spoonflower? Sunflower? Diaries? Something Diaries? Anywho. She posted the January. It's a free 12-month, and it was beautiful. And it was the old school kind of like vintagey Quakeriness. And it's free, so I might have to start that one. You may see that one started next week, and it's all Fiber Artsy's fault. I am completely okay with that. But, anywho, friend obsessed with Clouds Factory pointed out after I said I really miss David Bowie that they had some David Bowie things. So I had to buy some David Bowie things. First one is the David Bowie's outfits. And it says there's a starman waiting in the sky, and of course it's got Ziggy, Aladdin Sane, the Thin White Duke, and Labyrinth. And I need it in my life. If the stitch... It's going to be months before I'm over this, okay? Just so you know, there will be all the David Bowie-ness and all the Labyrinth-ness you could possibly ever want. The other one is also Clouds Factory. And... ta-da! Here we go. It is Labyrinth Magic Dance, and of course it has the, you remind me of the babe, what babe, the babe with the power, what power, the power of voodoo, who do you do, what, remind me of the babe. And it says Labyrinth Magic Dance 1982, which was the year before I was born. And it's got, of course, Jareth, Toby, a couple of the Muppet monsters. One with the horns, the angry one. That needs to happen in my life yesterday, and of course that would go in a kid's room, and I don't even care if it would scare them. Quite frankly, if I am their progenitor, they come from me, they're going to be scared of that. Lastly, look at this. You see what this is? Does it look big? It should look big, because it is. It's huge. It's huge. I don't even know where the person who got it. This is, I'm going to see if I can get it to show up. There we go. This is the biggest frigging, oh, there's the little flaw that probably got it sent off. There's one little thread problem at the edge. Oh well. This is 5.5 yards of 28 count linen. 5.5 yards of 28 count linen. I have no idea what kind of linen. I know it is a brown. Also know that because they aren't very smart on crafting, see, it was a Goodwill. $5.99 for 5.5 yards. It doesn't even matter if I make 2 things out of it. This is cheaper. Like, seriously, it's 60 inches wide. It's 5.5 yards. I could use this for the next year and not have to worry. It looks exactly like the stuff you get at Joann's. Probably not as nice as the Charles Craft. It's probably more along the lines of that MG whatever textile, but does it really matter? There's a lot of it. I can do nice big projects and not have to worry. excitement, excitement. So I'm going to have to put some fray check over the edges, but aside from that, huge, giant piece of linen. It's actually really soft. I don't even know how it got there. I don't want to know how it got there. All I know is I can use it for stitching, and it was dirt cheap, and it looks gorgeous. So, score for Goodwill. I do like checking out Goodwill occasionally for to see if they have any of those like packs for ornaments, because I do ornaments for my family, or if they've got like a dimensions kit for $5, I might pick it up. I've got a couple I got that way. You know, I tend to be a prolific crafter, so I have good stuff, and I tend to run from medium to high end and back. I have no shame, and I'm not really holding back on anything. I will literally use anything I can if I feel the need to. So that was my big score. Maybe I could do that one I was talking about, the fiber artsy one. Diaries, spoonflower, sunflower. If you look at sampler, spoonflower, sunflower, whatever, it comes up. And I think that's everything I've done. It's actually pretty late in the day here. It's 4:17. My husband should be getting home soon, and I seriously haven't knit or stitched at all yet today because I had to go run around and do errands before I came and recorded stuff, and now I have to do all the processing and the editing. So I will see everybody next week. I hope you had a great stitching week. I look forward to hearing from you.